Well, here we are again. It's always such a pleasure. Remember when you tried to kill me twice? Oh, wait, wrong game. This is Diablo 3, and we're doing the Witch Doctor Part 3.
The crown is in my keeping. Direct me now to the Lost King.
At last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door in the room where you rescued me and enter the royal crypts. When you find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head and destroy him.
The Skeleton King's sickness infects this land. I will put an end to it and find the star.
You bet I will. Most definitely. No new journals in Kane's house. How about in Leah's room? It's a little bit of extra experience, yes? Let's take a quick peek. Yeah, nothing like sneaking into a girl's room for a peek, right? Haha. You're with me, guys, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, what, and all that. Wink's the same to a nod to a blind bat. Alright, well, you know, last video I talked about patch notes. Well, that was actually video 1, but I recorded them both at the same time, so to me they're both last video. Well, it looks like we got some hot fixes. As unfortunately, the bad news is patch 103 Bravo has been delayed, so we're not going to be seeing that. However, the important changes that 103 Bravo was supposed to bring about have been hotfixed in where available. Ah, no, I let it hit me. So what did our hotfixes bring us? Well, the most important part is that item drops for high-level play have been adjusted again. Let me just take this guy out here really fast. Okay, really slowly. How's that? I'll take him out really slow. Oh, he's molten. That would normally mean something to me, but this is normal. Not really a big deal. Goodbye, my friend. Oh, hello. Yeah, that was smart. Right, okay. As I was saying, we got our hotfix. So, what this means is in Hell, Acts 3 and 4, they have increased the chance for item levels 61 and 62 items to drop. They are now, item level 61 has a 13.9 chance to drop, 62 has a 3.45. Those are up from 9% and 1.9 respectively. So a pretty good jump there. So you've got a good, somewhere around a 20% chance for a Inferno level item to drop in the high-end acts of Hell. Really great. Pardon me on that. Okay, so after that, they've increased things further. So Inferno Act 1 has seen some buffs. Actually, all of the acts have. All of the acts of Inferno have been buffed for item drops. The main focus was to get Acts 3 and 4 up, because people noticed that the drops in Acts 3 and 4 were lower than what they were used to. Now, this was not a nerf, well, a stealth nerf. Some people thought it was kind of a stealth nerf. The problem was that the numbers quoted in the last patch as to what the drops were accurate, completely accurate. The problem is those numbers were actually lower than what they were originally. The intent was to spread the items out. So basically you have a higher chance in the early acts to get a high level item and a lower chance in the later acts. So it would kind of balance out. And it was that, honestly, was closer to their original design philosophy for Inferno, that all the acts could have good chances to drop items. You would just have a higher chance in higher acts. So basically what we saw was kind of what their original vision was. Unfortunately, people were so used to the higher chances and higher acts that they didn't like it, they complained. And you know what? I don't blame them. Once you're used to it and then they take it away, it doesn't seem right. So Blizzard said, okay, what we'll do is we'll buff the drops back up. You know, in fact, they might even be higher. I'm not even sure about that, but I'll go over real quick. Act 1 Inferno went from, for item level 61, was originally 17.7% chance. It is now 23.9. 23.9 for an item level 61. You have like a 1 in 4 chance for your item to be item level 61 in Act 1 Inferno. That's really nice. That's probably going to help with upgrades. Add to that a 12.6% chance up from 7.9 for item level 62. Alright, I need to go kill this guy over here. You guys run away from me while I go kill your summoner. Good job.
Need more time.
So, item level 63 in Act 1? Well, that used to be 2%. It's now 4.8. So, a lot of these have been... Well, they haven't really been doubled. The 63 has been doubled. Less than double for 62. And, fairly close on the 61. So yeah, that's a lot, honestly. Now, it gets even higher in Act 2. In Act 2, item level 61 went from 18.6 to a 23.3 chance. You'll have to excuse me if I'm clicking oddly, because I am kind of glancing to the side to read these. Item level 62 went from a 12.4 to an 18.6. 63 went from a 4.1 to a 9.3. So good changes there. That is, let's see. You're looking at, I think, a higher than 50% chance.
I will forever live in anguish for my last attempt to honor my king. As we lay him to rest in his burial chamber, he manifested as a hideous skeletal demon. Gorash and my other knights were overcome at once, but I fought on.
Sorry, didn't want to talk over Mr. Lackdanon. So yeah, you're looking at somewhere around the 60% chance of finding higher item levels in Act 2. And then you get into Acts 3 and 4, and the drop rate of item level 60... Ooh, pardon me. Item level 61 went from 24 to 27. Item level 62 went from 16.1 to 21.7% chance. And 63s went from 8% to 16, so they doubled the amount of item level 63s, even in Acts 3 and 4. Alright, think about it. 27 and 21. You're looking at it pretty much a 50% chance that any item dropped in Acts 3 and 4 are going to be item level 61 or 62. So more than half of your gear that you find in Inferno, Acts 3, Act 4, are going to be of true Inferno quality. That's a major buff. 2 drops. And, just pardon me on that one, everybody. Don't. Alright, get away, get away. Oh wow, that has a pretty short range, doesn't it? There we go. There, much better. Much more better. So I'm impressed, actually, by the increase there. It's just a shame that I'm still kind of struggling in Act 2. But hey, you know what? This means I can possibly find better items in Act 2. And again, just because the item level is higher doesn't mean the items are going to automatically be better. It means they have a higher potential. You have higher chances to roll better, basically to get better stats. And you have, for rares, a higher chance to get more affixes on the rare item. So that's really nice. So that is the big change that they actually managed to hotfix, even though we're not going to get our patch. So that's honestly, that is a great thing, since a lot of people wanted that, and that didn't take too long. They said they were going to do it this week, and they did it. So it's nice to see a quick turnaround time on that, to be honest. Now, missed that segment over there. I think I'll be okay. It's only level 2. So what else did they change here? Well, there was a Oops, maintain the incantations. Yes, there was a bug fix where items would allow. Basically, there were items that would drop that would block pathing. So I'm not exactly sure what kind of behavior that had, and the downside of that, but I'm sure it could have been quite nasty. But an even bigger change has occurred, and we're going to, and I'll talk about that once I rescue our good friend here.
Your magic is... I am free! Now, back to my mission.
Alright, before we get on to your mission, this is the big one, guys. They have buffed Nephalem Valor yet again. So you remember the change that they made it so that rare packs, champion packs, you know, basically anything that's yellow or blue, would drop at least one rare item when you had a stack of, when you had 4 to 5 stacks of Nephalem Valor. And when they did that, they made it so that bosses stopped dropping 2 rares guaranteed and only dropped 1 guaranteed. You could still get more. You could still possibly get more, but only 1 was guaranteed. They've reverted that. Now with what they've done is with 4 stacks of Nephalem Valor, you will be guaranteed 1 rare item from a boss. With 5 stacks of Nephalem Valor, you'll be guaranteed 2 rare items from a boss. So that is returned. So bosses now will have a guaranteed minimum of 2 yellows. So there is now kind of more of a reason to fight bosses again, instead of just hunting elite packs, which is what they want. They want you to hunt elite packs, but they also want you to be able to kill bosses and feel good about it.
Who are you?
You will know soon enough. Help me find my gear. I will reward you well.
Ooh, a
Tell me, what
reward.
brought you to this infernal place?
I got the best skeleton key.
As do I.
Now, I've heard I could just shoot this and... Interesting. That did kind of work. Alright, so what I'm hunting is for any kind of rare. Sometimes there's a rare monster over here. So even though items aren't really dropping, I'm still getting some gold from these chests, and that's good to see.
The cultists dragged me past this glowing pit. What made it?
I wish to know this as well.
Down this way. There are my weapons. He's free! Do not let him be off!
Oh, you have no choice in the matter.
I am Cormac, warrior of the Templar Order. If it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight your way past John Dar. There is no reason we should hunt alone.
No, there is not.
Yes, we must get past John Da. John Da. All right. Yes, I'm being silly today. I understand. Oh, hello. Yes.
Need more time.
So you're not getting away. Because I'm finding I'm not exactly caring for the short range here. 12 yards, huh? It's only 4 seconds. Yeah, so far I'm not really caring for Horrify now. It is early enough that I don't really need it. Things that get close to me will typically die. I'm just wondering if later on I will find it to be more useful. I'm pretty sure I might find it to be more useful with runes. Just as a base skill so far, it hasn't been that impressive. Alright, hey, 15 armor. I lose the experience. Shame, really. It's only 2. What else do I have here? That's 16 armor with strength. That actually... That's 18 armor then. Yeah, let's do that. 6.3, still not good to me. Well, I pretty much went over everything. This is
but the will of a Templar is stronger.
and this was a pretty, as far as patch notes go, pretty small hotfix thing. So I'm really wondering what they're going to put in 103 Bravo.
You were a Templar, John Dar. How could you succumb to this coven?
The Coven is my brotherhood now, Cormac. The powers we serve will soon rule this world!
You missed.
Please forgive me. My vision was clouded by the Coven's evil magic.
Betrayal can never be forgiven. Thank you for your aid. I will go with you on your hunt for the Skeleton King. But there is one condition. If we find the sacred tomes of my order, they are mine.
Agreed.
Then onwards we go to fight the Skeleton King.
Yes, together you and I,
It's
Cormac.
good to fight with you again.
Alright, so better defense. Monster kills grant 1 experience compared to 6% magic find. Not a lot, so I don't think I'm going to worry about that. These boots are better in armor, but I lose the movement speed. Which isn't a lot, but I think I'm going to keep the movement speed for now. Now, I did find a Wangadal, which is great. That's 1 to 2 damage. And it's got 5% magic find, so it is better than the shield in that regard.
Thank you for helping me fight the darkness. To contend with evil is the essence of what it means to be a Templar.
Focus is good, but do not let it narrow you.
Yes. Alright, well, let's see. I've got heal. Heals a Templar and me for 88 life, 30-second cooldown. Intervene. Taunts enemies attacking the hero for 3 seconds when the hero is below 50% health. Both seem relatively nice. This one has a minute cooldown, and it's only when I'm low on life. This has a 30-second cooldown. And that's what I'm wondering, Cormac. What skill should you master? Both seem interesting. I usually like Intervene for being a ranged class. It gets enemies off of me. But let's go with heal this time around, I think. If I start getting low that often, then I might look into Intervene. We'll see. Let's see what kind of damage increase I get with my Wangadal. I'm at 15 DPS, go up to 18. Very nice. Let's go ahead, look at my Wangadal. Oh, isn't it cute? Alright. Ooh, so close to level. Treasure Goblin. And I leveled off a Treasure Goblin. An active skill category? Great. I have learned Leaping Spiders for my Corpse Spiders. I like that one. Soul Harvest. I like that even better. Alright, let's do this. I'm not caring for Horrify, so I'm going to get rid of that and go back to my Summon Zombie Dags. Right. Get a dag. Back here, everyone get a dag. Alright, Corpse Spiders, Leaping Spiders, Summon Jumping Spiders that leap up to 25 yards, reach their target and attack for 19% weapon damage as physical. So 3% more damage per spider from that skill, and that's really nice. And what I'll do is let me go ahead and I will just kind of compare that here for you. Ah, geez, it helps if I do this a lot quicker, doesn't it? So we're looking at 19, do the 4, and of course you're looking at 76% weapon damage if they hit once. Assuming they hit twice, you're looking at 152% weapon damage from that skill. The best part is the leaping part where they leap 25 yards. I tested that in the beta. It's really great, as it basically means they will get to their target faster, thus increasing the DPS that they can do. hitting the enemy a lot quicker and saving you some grief.
Count how many we've killed, but I've lost track.
So this is one of the abilities I really like, and this can be hazardous in higher levels, but with the right skill combinations, you can make it work for you. At a cost of 29 mana, 15-second cooldown, I feed on the life force of up to 5 enemies within 16 yards and gain 28 intelligence for each affected enemy, and it lasts for 30 seconds. This is great, and especially because this skill will scale. That 28 intelligence will go up as I level. So it gets stronger and stronger, giving me a massive damage boost. Absolutely amazing. So, yeah, 5 enemies, 28 intelligence. I'm just going to go ahead and we'll take a look at the massive. I mean, think about it. I only have 34 intelligence right now. That basically one stack will practically double my intelligence boost here. It won't necessarily double the damage, but it will double my intelligence boost, which is a huge chunk of damage. So we're just going to say, let's just go ahead at the 28 by 5. So 140 intelligence at this level. Yeah, that's something. Hold on, let me move some things around here, make it a little easier to... There we go. So, interesting, yeah, they're black spiders. Let me just kind of look at them, because they are a little different. Pure black. And those are creepy-looking, creepy crawlies. And you'll notice the vase is black as well that I'm throwing them in. So let's go ahead and I'm going to summon my dogs. I'm going to go up. Boom, there it is. There's my stack of 5. And just watch the damage start going out there. My damage has gone to 38.34 DPS. Up from 18. So 20 DPS increase in a 5-stack. Very nice. Excellent skill. It's you would think that with that kind of damage buff that it can give you that it's a must-have ability. Well, certainly if you want to put out a lot of damage, it is. But your skills are balanced, not necessarily around having Soul Harvest stuff. Well, it's nice to have it up. You can certainly kill and still kill efficiently without it. You'll kill much faster with it, but yeah, that's kind of the distinction when it comes to thinking you must have something. Yeah, obviously you don't have to have it, but if you're going to replace it, you're going to want it to be something good. Now, again, the downside to using something like Soul Harvest is you got to get in close. Higher difficulties, getting in close to the enemy, unless you have something to help you deal with damage, probably not something you often want to do, or if you do, have an escape plan. You know, if you're going to get up close to use it, you better have a way out, because if you get swarmed and you can't move, you're not a melee class. You're not going to be able to put up with the kind of damage that you might get. Thankfully, there are some skills that can help with that.
Just a skirmish. Give me a real battle.
And now I wander, cursed by my once beloved king. Evil gnaws at my bones,
Not ready yet.
and I cannot risk putting my beloved Tristram in danger, should I fail to contain that which tears at me. I must venture down into the labyrinth, to die alone.
Aureus.
So the beautiful thing about Soul Harvest is it's a 30-second cooldown, right? But I can use it every 15 seconds. So I don't have to wait for the stack to drop before I can get a new one. Now, the downside is if I try to get a new stack, and I don't have 5... Let's say I have a 5-stack, and then there aren't 5 enemies around me, I will overwrite the stack. It does not... look how much damage that just did.
Curse upon you.
So if I try to get a stack before it's ready, like I'm going to try that now. I'm going to just try and get 1 or 2 enemies here and show you that it should overwrite the stack completely. See, there it is. I only have 1. So I essentially wasted my opportunity there. So it doesn't add to the stack, it will literally just capture however number of enemies there are around you at the time. So that's something to keep in mind when you are using Soul Harvest. If you're going to refresh the stack, try to make sure you have a couple enemies nearby. If you have to let it drop, because you only have a 15-second cooldown. If you're going to go 1 to 3 seconds without, if you don't use it now where you can possibly get a 5-stack, hold on to it.
Some greater purpose lies behind these trials, but I do not yet know it.
Time will tell all.
But certainly if you're going to go a very long period of time without a stack just because you're waiting for the perfect fiver, don't. Just go ahead and use it. Get maybe 1 to 2, 1 to 3 if you have to. And the truth is, battle in this game happens so often. You're going to get your chances. And 15 seconds is not a long time to wait. Alright, do I have anything good? No, I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to use that. 10.4 crossbow, no thank you. 7 sword. Hey, 14 Witch Doctor Dagger, magic ceremonial knife, 1 to 3 cold, increases mana regeneration by 1 per second. Sorry about that, moved my mouse. So, not that I've been running out of mana. My build is so early on right now that it's not going down at all. There you go, I finally have a sacrificial dagger. Now, this is kind of important though. This has cold damage, right? Now, the one thing about cold damage in this game is the only elemental damage that has a secondary side effect. All the other secondary side effects from, say, Arcane, Lightning, and all that were removed back in early beta. I never saw any of them. Cold is the only one that's maintained one. Cold still has a slowing effect when you hit an enemy with it. So what does that mean? That means, well, if you want to benefit from it, you have to choose a skill that doesn't have an elemental type. For example, Poison Dart does its damage as poison. Splinters, same as poison. Corpse Spiders, the base, does physical. Leaping Spiders does physical. So none of these abilities will benefit from elemental weapon damage of any sort. They get the damage, they get the extra damage, but they won't get the elemental property. Grasp of the Dead does it as physical, unbreakable, yeah, it's all physical. Fire Bats, of course, is as fire. Yeah, even the dogs say they do physical. So the Witch Doctor has, all of his abilities has a specific skill set, it looks like. Or a specific element to it.
The truth binds you.
So whether or not the Witch Doctor will end up benefiting from this cold damage I have is yet to be seen. But there is one thing, and I have to actually thank... once again, Travis of SC Noob School for this little tidbit. As I hadn't thought about it, it makes perfect sense once you do, but because cold damage still works, you can put that on a follower. Specifically, he mentioned the Scoundrel, which is great because the Scoundrel has a ranged attack, but you could put that on any kind of follower, even like Cormac here. If he hits an enemy and the enemy decides it doesn't want to chase him but chase me, he could still slow it.
Your day comes.
Alright, so.
I do not know much of your order. Were you born a Templar?
No. Our scripture says, as a farmer reaps his wheat, so must the order harvest and purify the weeds.
You say you are a weed. I think that even weeds have their purpose under the sun and moon.
No. They strangle, they corrupt, and the crop fails. I was lucky to be taken when I was.
I like the Witch Doctor's response to that. Okay, I think I've found my exit here. At least the arrow might have just been telling me where I was. Oh, no, I didn't want it back here. I wanted it up there. Oh well, I've got plenty of spiders. Go forth, my minions. Go forth, be conquered. Go forth and die.
I could do that again.
Alright, and let's just grab a stack. And that was useless. Alright, let's...
My strike is true.
Moving forward. Yeah, this is going to be a pure dead end, it looks like. But let's see if we can't find anything useful. Alright, well, nothing particularly interesting up there, eh? So, let's get back. You're just gonna stand back there and talk, huh? Thank you for teleporting back. I didn't know you had teleport. My friend. Do you have any other fantastical stories? No, you do not. So what I like about the followers is they typically have a dialogue with you. They will typically talk back and forth. It's not just a one-sided monologue about themselves. Your character will respond to them, talk to them. And sometimes your followers will have different responses based on what your character says. So I am definitely interested to find out what all the conversation options are for characters with the followers. I actually think the followers have some pretty good backstories to them, and some of them could even be turned into potential material for, say, expansion packs. I've talked about this a bit on my stream. Yeah, there are several unresolved stories regarding your followers, not just your followers actually, but your artisans. Maybe not as much Hadric, but definitely the Jewel Crafter Coveted Shin.
Need more time. I strike at your heart.
I love how much damage that does once I've got 5 stacks. Uh-oh. Gotta refresh the stack. Oh! Wow. See, now that was a wasted opportunity. I could have done that before I put down the grasp. Unfortunately, I put down my soul harvest just a bit too late. Brought myself down to 1 stack. Still, it's 62 intelligence compared to 34, so almost double. Let's just dodge some of this a little bit and get myself... There we go.
Need more time.
You know, I lost my dog somewhere along the lines and I completely didn't even realize it. I'm so used to not having them, I just didn't even realize they were dead. Oh, seriously, bad witch doctor. Bad! Remember these things.
I'm glad that fate has brought us together on this path.
Why is that?
You fight with both honor and ferocity. I know that a pure soul must burn within you.
Well, I do burn souls. Does that count?
The truth burns you.
See? Burns you. There we go. Just look at that. Look at it. Soak up the damage. Yes. And we have BattleNet lag.
Evil has been rebuked.
And we're back. Alright, so just going to quickly explore here, pick up whatever's in the chests. And as an aside, if you're wondering how I'm comparing items on the ground, that's just the control key. Very useful. They added that you can actually see stat comparisons on the tooltip while the items are on the ground. That wasn't there before. It's nice to have, honestly. Unfortunately, if you want to, really compare it to what you've got on, you have to have the inventory open so you can actually see your item side by side with it. Otherwise, you just get the comparison tip. So this kind of works out, honestly. I was talking about needing an escape plan for using Soul Harvest. Zombie Dogs is one of those plans. I let the zombie dogs distract the enemy while I move in, get my stack of Soul Harvest, and then move out. It's a solid plan. Alright, that looks to be it. We are in line to go take out the Skeleton King. Before I go to the Skeleton King, let's look at what I've got. I don't need that anymore. 20 armor pants, 2% magic, fine, that's fine. Alright, well, Cormac here. You carry a one-handed weapon and a shield. Well, I just so happen to have a shield with 9 armor and 17% block, which is automatically better than yours. So
Good.
now, as far as the weapon goes, I have a 6.3 and a 7.
Understand how evil walks in the day. Should it not fear the light?
Good and evil deeds are performed under the sun as well.
But the light is both a literal and figurative foe of evil.
Here we are. Born to be kings.
Keep your distance from him. This burden is mine to bear. May death bring peace from your madness, Leoric.
Traitors! Even in death, the armies of Kandorus will still obey their king, even if you will not.
I have to admit, I like that that's there. To give you a little bit of the backstory between Lekdan and Leoric.
We have just arrived in Tristram, and I must say, I'm a bit dismayed. This place is a backwater filled with serfs and an ancient broken-down monastery, hardly fit for the king of Kandorus. I cannot fathom why Lazarus was so intent on this becoming our new seat of power. A fetid, pallid malaise has fallen over the manor we now call home. Young Albrecht seems to be enjoying himself in our new home, however. Perhaps I am simply suffering from an imbalance of humors brought on by the recent change of climate.
You dare to bring the warmth of life into my tomb?
Oh, I dare.
We shall put you down, Hellspawn!
There we go. Oh, I'm losing dogs. I better summon new ones. Nothing like being able to kill enemies from a distance before they even know you're there.
Are you ever afraid in battle?
Fear is a part of life. If you live, you fear.
Really, the more I hear the Witch Doctor's responses, I like him, his philosophy. This is it. The boss battle with the Skeleton King. On par, level 9.
You will never defeat me!
You were defeated the moment you surrendered to madness.
I almost made it to level 10 before fighting him. Almost. Ah, wizard only hat.
Son!
But I should have enough time before he summons to go ahead and get one stack. Well, that didn't slow him at all during the whirlwind. Oh, my dogs are already dead. Okay, you get a 5 stack now.
Needs more time.
I can fire over his minions to keep hitting him. Now I want to stay close so he doesn't teleport on me again. Of course, that was too close. And that was too far away. Can't win, eh? Oh, I'm letting him hit me. What is this? Okay, give me some minions. Good. Level 10.
The shot Karum high priests in Kurast proclaimed Leoric king of Kondurus many years ago. He ruled well until Diablo's influence drove him mad, and the loyal knight Lac Danan was forced to slay him. Afterward, Diablo himself raised Leoric from the dead as the Skeleton King, until the monarch's son, Aiden, vanquished him.
Alright, nothing in the vases. Let's go ahead and look at the items we got. I got a belt. 16 armor, 6 strength, 6 magic find, melee takes damage of 1, monster kill grants 4 experience. So, technically better, since it gives me 4 more strength, which is 4 more armor. I get magic find. The thorns I really don't care about right now, and it's only 1 anyway, but the experience is there too. So we'll go ahead and put that on. I did get another manga doll upon the way, apparently. It's got the same damage, mana regeneration by 2 per second, which is really nice, but I think I'm going to hold on to my magic find for now. I did find a 12.6 DPS weapon, which will go to Cormac Templar.
Just the thing.
Agreed. That's pretty much it. So now we move on to the area beyond the beta, the Desolate Chamber. For those of you who don't have it yet, this is the spoilers that the reason why the beta stopped where it did is this room all by itself.
Ah, here is the crater.
I like the effect, honestly. The swirling, the smoke.
So you are the fire that fell from the sky. Why do I find you here at the source of this place's darkness?
I am. I remember falling.
Do you remember why you are here?
I am not your enemy. I think. Yes, I believe I have come with a warning. The darkness. The darkness is coming. I don't remember.
I will take you to Cain. He will lead us to understanding.
Welcome, stranger.
For all the mysteries yet to be solved, I now learn that the fallen star is a man. He remembers little of himself. I will bring him to Deckard Cain. Perhaps then he will have some answers.